My name's Peter Hellicar.
My name's Hellicar and Lewis.
I am one half of Hellicar and Lewis.
Should we do that again? Let's do it again.
So hello, I'm Joel.
And I'm Pete.
Pete doesn't wear glasses. I always wear this jumper, or this style of jumper, and I always wear this shirt.
We have a company that has been going for 5 years now, and we're a partnership. We open source everything that we do, but we like to make experiences. That's our most favourite thing. So we love the internet, and we think the internet's a great place for sharing ideas, but we like making things in the real world.
So we like to make feedback loops. We like to make loops between people, places, and technology.
We've just got a project called the Hello Cube, which is in the Stedelijk Museum here, which is a Twitter interaction. So it's an object that you can send tweets to, and that sends images back to you from the cube itself.
We like to make feedback loops.
Yeah, feedback loops.
And I think you can see that in a lot of the projects. The Hello Cube's probably the culmination of the 5 years of work that we got us up to this point where we realised that making something that fed back was the important thing.
Yeah.
We started our real work with feedback loops as part of Hellicar and Lewis with this big project that we did in 2010 called the Hello Wall. And what it was a screen that was projected onto a building in Wembley in West London, and you could tweet at it commands. So you could tweet it a colour, you could say bigger or smaller, and you could tweet it a shape as well.
We kind of gave this installation its own Twitter account so that you could control it, but we found that people were starting to actually send messages to this from all different places in the world without actually being able to see the results.
So we made this object that you could tweet at, very similar to the Hello Wall, but this time when you tweeted at it, it would send you a message back as well of the image that had been generated by your commands. So we made a feedback loop there, and that was something that was very important to us and something that we wanted to continue.
It's experimental, right? So that we're going to push things and we're going to go to the edge and we're going to try new things, and not all of them are going to work, but that's a good sign. And it's very difficult sometimes to fit into hierarchies where someone above comes into a room and sees a lot of people running around with bits of paper stuck on their head, miming out actions, and you're meant to come up with something for a technology company. It doesn't look that impressive, but that's the way that you get to the good ideas.
Let's do something real time, let's get it going, let's bring people into the moment, and you can see here in this video that what we've done is invited the public and put them in these interactive areas and then literally give them the thrill of being bigger, right? So my silhouette is now on the building. And you don't have to explain why it's interesting, right? We see so many interactive projects where you go in and there's like a plinth and it says, do this.
Download this app.
Yes, get this app or turn on your Bluetooth or whatever. This is the kind of response we want.
There was one project we talked about today in our presentation, which was Divide by Zero, which was this collaboration between us and a dancer and a choreographer. And what we did on that project is we were actually approached by Nina, the choreographer, and she sent us this lovely email in her lovely French way, and proposed this idea of using hypnosis on dancers to find out their innermost desires and then making a series of dance pieces about that.
She phoned me up and said, Joel, I want to hypnotize all my dancers. I want to find their innermost desires, and then I want to make a dance out of them. I was like, that sounds mental, Nina. Let's do it.
So we started doing rehearsals. Nina started doing hypnosis.
This is a video of a rehearsal that we did very early on. And this is, I'll just explain technically what's going on, is we've got a camera filming the dancer, an infrared camera, so it sees in black and white and into the part of the spectrum that we can't normally see. And what that means is it can't see the projection.
And there was this other idea as well that we didn't want to encumber the dancer with I'm going to do a motion sensing application. I'm going to stick all these markers on or have to put on a special dress or something weird. We wanted her just to be able to be a dancer and not have to think about what was going on.
I'm just laughing at a special dress.
A special dress.
I've never seen a special interactive dress.
Oh, you should look around a little more, I'll show you some. So we had this projection system that was just using this, just making this rectangular block of light move above the dancer. And as she got higher, the highest part of her body would push up this kind of boundary. And as this was happening, Pete had a controller where he could transition from something that was making something above her to something to the sides. Probably the most graphically simple thing you could possibly do.
When we were doing the rehearsals, I remember the first time that we did that, and everyone just looked at each other and we were like, this is going to be really good.
The hairs went up on the back of my neck.
And we think that that's something that's very important to do with technology, is if you make a system and you take the responsibility as a designer to make a system that's intuitive and interesting and beautiful enough to allow someone to be good at what they're good at, then amazing things can happen.
I think the other one that sort of sticks in my mind is the collaboration. Actually, we started with a lady called Wendy, it's the autism software, but actually the collaboration with a lot of the kids.
So Semantics is a tool for self-expression, and we actually took some inspiration from the children that we've been working with over the last couple of years in South Wales. This is a video that was filmed at a school, and the guys that are interacting in the video are profoundly autistic, and a lot of them have dyspraxia as well, which is kind of body clumsiness, but a real sense of body space that means you find it very difficult to get close to another human, and that's something that's very disturbing for them. And I just wanted to show you this video to show what was possible through this software. So what you can see is they've started making this interaction together. It's a very simple interaction. It's just a mirror screen, that's all it is. And these children that supposedly have no creative ability whatsoever managed to act and make this very human response that when we saw it, we knew that we were on the right track.
That it's not something that you would ever have the opportunity or perhaps choose to do because you don't really understand it. And I think working in that environment, we've learned loads and loads more than we could. I mean, we almost every day come up with new things that we realise are happening through collaborating with kids with learning difficulties.
This is the thing we're excited about, the possibilities of technology to change how people relate to each other, the world and the space around them and each other. Thank you very much.